Cristobal Balenciaga, Master of Tailoring, is at SCAD Fash through June 2nd, honoring the legendary Spanish designer and haute couturier Cristobal Balenciaga. This exhibit will showcase over 30 rarely seen garments, illustrations, and photographs from the late 1940s to 1968. The exhibit will examine the designer's experimentation with form, presenting a variety of silhouettes to highlight his mastery and inventive approach to fashion, including exquisite gowns worn by Elizabeth Taylor and more. Cristobal Balenciaga, Master of Tailoring, is curated exclusively for SCAD Fash. Find out more at scadfash.org.
At a time when information continues to come at us faster and faster, sometimes you need to hit pause and rewind. NPR's Throughline takes you back in time to the source of the news stories filling your feed. Find NPR's Throughline wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Sammy Purcell, Associate Editor with Rough Draft Atlanta.
And I'm WABE contributor and senior editor at the AJC, Mike Jordan.
And this is How Do You Atlanta.
Here's what's going on in Atlanta this week. What do you got, Sammy?
Well, we've got the Georgia Food and Wine Festival at Jim R. Miller Park in Marietta. So this is going to be March 22nd through 24th. And we're going to celebrate the best of Georgia and the South, from its culinary superstars and beverage experts to farmers, artisans, live musicians, and more. So there's going to be a lot of events this weekend. It's going to begin with the Best of Cobb celebration on Thursday, March 21st. So this will be Cobb's best and brightest from a variety of categories. They're all going to be recognized. And this event is hosted by Cobb Life Magazine and the Marietta Daily Journal. And then we're going to continue on through the weekend with the legendary barbecue event Fired Up, starting off on Friday night. So this is an all-inclusive food and drink tasting event. And then Saturday's main event will be Savor, and that's going to offer unlimited beer, wine, and spirit tastings, a Georgia celebrity chef stage, a VIP lounge, different artisans, and live music. And then Sunday is going to be your kind of family-friendly day. So if you don't want to go on Saturday with the unlimited alcohol tastings, this is definitely the day to go. There's going to be a kid zone, a VIP lounge oyster roast, live music, and more. So if you go online, you can purchase tickets for the events by day, or you can bundle them however you choose. So go and check that out. That link should be in our show notes. And again, that's the Georgia Food and Wine Festival, March 22nd through 24th at Jim R. Miller Park in Marietta.
Very cool. And again, the VIP gets you in early?
I believe so, as these things. And we always say, you should do that.
Always go VIP
Yes.
for the early stuff. I've just seen, and I'm sure this place has all of its ducks in a row, but often we pull up late and the good food is gone or the line is crazy. It is worth the extra bucks,
Yeah.
especially if you've already looked at the list and you see restaurants you want to hit up.
It's mostly that line, too. I feel like whenever I show up to these things, if you haven't done any kind of early access or anything, you're just waiting in line half the time. And that's no fun. You don't
And what
wanna
if you
do that.
find out the food is not even good in that line you stuck to? But honestly, you can always tell where the food's good because someone went.
Because the
and
line
that's
is
the line.
long.
That's
Yeah.
right. Go VIP, folks. It's always
Absolutely.
worth it.
All right, what do you have for us this week?
All right, we are back with the High Museum Atlanta Wine Auction. This happens every year, and it is awesome, so that's why we talk about it. But you can go and you can have all this great wine and food while we support our beloved High Museum of Art. So this has been going on for 30 years, and this year, it's like many other years, there's a series of events starting on Thursday the 21st with winemaker dinners, which are held in very beautiful homes around Atlanta, and it's the perfect backdrop for these memorable collaborations dinners paired with exceptional wines by very prominent chefs. On Friday, the 22nd, there is Friday Uncorked, which is where you have your tasting tents in Atlantic Station, and you get to try all these savory and sweet treats when you're eating and drinking wine all through the evening, and there'll even be a dance floor out there, so it'll be a lot of fun. That starts at 6:30 p.m. On 23rd, there's the Vintner's Reception and the live auction. So it starts at 11:30 at the wineries. You'll get some of those great wines and treats, and then at 1:30, you'll have a paddle, and you'll get to bid for some of those really high-end first-class wines. All of this supports the High Museum. This happens March 21st through 23rd, as we said, various locations, so get more information at high.org.
I've never actually been to an auction with a paddle. Like, you've done silent auctions and all that, but that sounds so much fun.
Doesn't it sound societal? Like
Yes,
you have your little
it sounds so
wine, you're
fancy.
swirling it, and then you're holding up the paddle.
Yeah.
Because, and
I
why
don't
is it a
think I-
paddle, though?
It
should
is
ask.
essentially just a sign, right?
No, it's a paddle.
I
if it was
know,
a sign,
but
it would be a sign. What do you have next, Sammy?
coming up March 22nd through 24th, AtlantaCon is welcoming back GalaxyCon, I believe I'm saying that right, at Atlanta Marriott Northeast Hotel. So this is Atlanta's LGBTQ plus convention for sci-fi, pop culture, multimedia, and gaming. And as of the time we're recording this, the full list of guests hasn't yet been announced, but they have released some names on their Facebook. So if you want to keep track of that, you can go check that out. But some of the names that have been announced are Mariah Bray, owner of Casa de Luz, which is a holistic bodywork practitioner, and Darius Washington, who writes writes about film and comics, I should say, for the Fandom Post website. So keep an eye on their Facebook to see more guest announcements. But if you've ever been to this event, or if you've even just gone to their website and looked at it, you know that the outfits at this place are out of control. Everyone's dressed up. Everyone's having a good time. It should be a lot of fun. So once again, this is AtlantaCon welcoming back GalaxyCon, March 22nd through 24th at Atlanta Marriott Northeast Hotel, and you can book your tickets online.
Well, I'm just excited to, go into this new realm of where there's space and galaxies and
Absolutely.
our LGBTQ plus family out there. All right, so I was looking at this event, and I'm wondering, is it GayLaxicon? Because it's G-A-Y.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I think it's GayLaxicon.
GayLaxicon.
So what all is going on just with this word? Because, again,
You know-
I imagine the outfits are going to be as extra as this word is extra.
Yeah, it's been a long day. I'm a little tired today. Didn't have as much coffee as I should, but I do think you're probably right.
This is How Do You Atlanta. I'm Mike Jordan, and we'll be right back after this break.
You love free. And at Ameris Bank, so do we. That's why we're proud to offer worry-free, hassle-free Ameris Bank free checking. Manage your money your way with convenient access to digital, mobile, and telephone banking, all with no monthly service fee or minimum balance requirements. At Ameris Bank, we're with you. For more information or to open an account, visit our local bankers in person or online at amerisbank.com/free checking. Other fees such as overdraft fees may apply. Ameris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Support for WABE comes from 100 Miles, a nonprofit committed to preserving Georgia's 100-mile coast. A landscape unlike any other, Georgia's coast is home to vital communities and people from all walks of life fighting to protect it. Help keep Georgia's coast flowing at OurGeorgiaCoast.org.
All right, Mike, what else do you have for us this week?
All right, next we have Ale Max Day. So, if you are a sneakerhead, you've probably heard of Air Max Day, which happens on the 26th. And it's a big day for sneakerheads where Air Maxes, if you don't know, those are Nike shoes. Very, very comfortable, very, very stylish. Been going on for a very long time. But this is Ale Max Day, where it brings together the craft beer and sneaker community to celebrate the iconic Nike Air Max design and just all the fashion that you can do with that and drinking beer. So this is actually happening in 2 cities. In Atlanta, it's going down at Monday Night Garage. It's happening in Nashville another day or so at Bearded Iris. But here, they actually have a really cool beer that they made for this event called the Ale Max 1 India Pale Ale. It's made in Atlanta by Monday Night. It has a 7.891% ABV, but the can is really fancy. It is designed very much like the sneaker. And if you know what a Air Max sneaker looks like, you can kind of picture this in your head. But the great thing is they've got pictures of all of this. And my man Al Sharpton, a very well-known beer influencer who's here in Atlanta but travels all over the place drinking beer and talking about it. He is the co-host of this thing. Go up and say hi to him. He's a great guy. This happens at Monday Night Garage on March 22nd. And you want to be an Instagram.com/AleMaxDay to see that beer, see those cans, and to get more information.
Did you say his name was Ale Sharpton?
Yes, he's awesome. Ale
funny.
Sharpton, and he is a beer influencer, and so he's also a sneakerhead. He does a lot of writing, but he actually taught me a lot about beer, and so he's written a lot of places. But
Yeah,
I mean, Ale Sharpton, you go around the country and you go to different breweries, he puts stickers, and you'll see his sticker like anywhere you go brew-wise. He's very well known, but he's does a good job. All right, what do you have next?
So coming up March 23rd and 24th at Blackburn Park, we've got the Brookhaven Cherry Blossom Festival. So If you've never been to this, it's a lot of fun. I went, I believe it was last year, might have been the year before, but I'm pretty sure it was last year when Hanson was the headliner, which was a lot of fun for me and the rest of the 90s kids out there. But this year, the headliners are Bare Naked Ladies, Live, Crash Test Dummies, and Moon Taxi, along with Lisa Loeb and Sister Hazel. So that's a really great lineup, and you can find the full schedule online. There are a couple of local acts performing too, I believe. And admission to this festival is free. That's the best part. It's a 2-day music festival. You can get in for completely free and listen to some great music. There'll also be an abundance of choices for food and snacks and desserts and adult beverages all around the festival grounds. You can't bring in any outside food or beverages. You can bring in water, however. They want you to stay hydrated. Like we're always saying, stay hydrated. There'll also be an artist market featuring over 100 fine arts vendors. And the market will be open Saturday and Sunday, along with a kid zone. And the event is also pet friendly, which a lot of these aren't. So I think that's a little extra thing if you want to bring your dog for a good time. Again, that's the Brookhaven Cherry Blossom Festival, March 23rd through 24th at Blackburn Park.
Cherry blossoms are really nice. I know
It's
DC has their cherry blossom festival and all that stuff, but I always forget about the cherry blossom stuff because they don't last long, right? Like
It's like a couple weeks maybe or something like that. Because it's like the nicest 2 weeks in spring and then it's over.
Well, right now it's like saucer magnolias are blooming and everything like that. So it's all these very cool trees that bloom and then they go away and then we just get this pollen and this just like basic green
I'm just
everywhere.
sneezing for the rest of the time.
So this is always cool, but I love that they're letting the pets come through because you're right. Festivals don't always let the pets out.
Yeah, it's nice. Get your dog out there, get him some exercise.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what else do you have for us this week?
All right, we have UATL presents ATL, the Black Culture Movie Night, AJC. So yes, this is my job. And the Atlanta Journal-Culture's Black Culture team is inviting a who's who of special guests to celebrate the 18th anniversary of the cult classic 2006 film ATL. And so it's happening at the Plaza Theater in Midtown. And anyone who loves this movie, you need to come out because we're going to have an unforgettable movie experience. Screening the film, first of all, which if you're not familiar, it stars T.I., also the actress Lauren London. Big Boy is in the film. A really good smattering of Atlanta talent, music industry and otherwise. But it's a great story based here with a lot of local landmarks. And after the screening, which starts at 7 p.m., we're actually going to have a live conversation with one of the film's producers, very well-known, brilliant music producer Dallas Austin. He's going to talk about the film that he and Tion T-Boz Watkins produced. And then we'll have some other surprises as well. But you want to come out there. Again, this is on the 26th. That's a Tuesday night of March at the Plaza Theater. And you can get more information, tickets at ajc.com.
You know, it's so funny. I've been talking to a couple of local filmmakers over the past, week or so. And talking about, like, what makes an Atlanta movie. You know, Atlanta's often asked to, like, stand in for a bunch of other cities, like New York or LA or whatever it might be. And this movie actually came up quite a bit because it's, like, one of the movies that actually uses Atlanta as a location and not as a stand-in, which is always nice to see.
Yeah, this movie was sort of like when it came out, everyone loved it, but it's kind of had enough time for people to remember how much it really celebrated Atlanta culture, especially the roller skating community.
Yes.
So, at Cascade Family Center, it was just amazing to watch all that skating going on. People are still there all the time, but we're going to have a lot of fun at this event. Come by. I will be hosting. We're going to have a great amount of time. There are going to be drinks as well. So, we're going to kick back and really have a nice community event out of this thing.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in a long while, so I'm excited.
It's time.
Yeah. Well, that's what we got for How Do You Atlanta this week. For more on these and other events, check out howdoyouatlanta.com. How Do You Atlanta is a joint production of WABE and Rough Draft. This podcast is produced by Crystal Devone with editing from Scotty Crow, WABE's Vice President of Audio. You can find links to all these events in the podcast show notes.
WABE.
Sounds Like ATL is a music documentary series that takes an in-depth look at the artists amplifying Atlanta's famed music community. Built around a desire to highlight Atlanta's diverse and world-renowned music scene, each episode features unforgettable, intimate musical performances by fresh new musical guests, each with exclusive interviews about the stories behind their music. Listen at wabe.org or wherever you find your podcasts.
Hey y'all, I'm Mark Kendall.
And I'm David Perdue.
And we're the hosts of What's Good Atlanta, the new weekly comedy podcast from WABE.
On What's Good Atlanta, we run down uplifting and unusual headlines from the universe known as Atlanta.
And while we may not be journalists, we are comedians, and we'll be breaking down news and breaking down the stories that make you smile.
We're just trying to see what's good, Atlanta.
Episodes drop Fridays at WABE.org or wherever you get your podcasts. I get mine from a guy named Craig.
Shout out to Craig.
Mm-hmm.
WABE.